Expect a battle royale here this afternoon as two squads looking to make the playoffs, and in fact, Nagasaki VELCA ranked number 1 so far here, though coming off a loss yesterday to Hokkaido, want a comeback. Welcome to the HOKKAIDO, our venue here today for the back-to-back encounter between LEVANGA HOKKAIDO and Nagasaki VELCA. As you take a look at the team standings, you can see Nagasaki VELCA, number 1 squad overall with a 40-11 record. Not too bad is LEVANGA HOKKAIDO at 32-19. But as you can see, they're trying to be able to get as many victories because Hokkaido wants to be able to squeeze into the playoffs, which begins in May. Here are some of the highlights from yesterday's affair. One of the stars of Japanese basketball, leading the charge as always for Nagasaki VELCA. But they have a full complement of players. Stanley Johnson, number 14. Mitchell Lightfoot, number 44. Jarrell Brantley, number 7. And number 5, Hyun Jung Lee. But when you talk about Hokkaido, they have their own set of stars. Starting with Keisei Tominaga, the super scorer. Not to mention the fact that Dwight Ramos is also there from the Philippines. They also have imports like Kevin Jones, John Harrer, and Khalil Okafor. There is Coach Modi Mayor, the coach of Nagasaki VELCA. And Coach Modi has put together a potent squad. As we take a look at the overall lineup, we talked about the players that they will be relying on. Lee, number 5. Brantley, number 7. Stanley Johnson, number 14. Not to mention number 18, Yudai Baba, the Japanese star, and Mitchell Lightfoot, number 44. Let's get their starting 5.
Away, Nagasaki VELCA starting 5. Number 5, Lee Hyun-jun. Number 7, Jarrell Brantley. Number 11, Kumagai Ko. Number 18, Baba Yudai. Number 44, Mitchell Lightfoot. Head coach, Modi Mayor.
And there are their starters. They are the number 1 squad so far. And that's why everybody trying to get what they have. Right now, Nagasaki's offense is number 1 at 91.2. And their defense also tops at 79.3. That's why they got such a great record. Hokkaido, their 3-point percentage is 3rd in the league at 36.2%. Nagasaki is top assist team at 23.3%. And they're 5th in terms of free throws at 76%. We're all set as we welcome LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. As you take a look at the key matchup here for today, you got number 30, Keisei Tominaga, up against Yudai Baba, 2 of the stars of Japanese basketball. And here we have the players of LEVANGA HOKKAIDO.
Next, we are the team LEVANGA HOKKAIDO! Number 1, Sekino Kohei! Number 6, Kichi Hiroto! Number 8, Kibayashi! Number 12, Ichiban Shuto! Number 14, Hoso Kyosuke! Number 18, Naito Teruoka! Number 29, Max Kisutake! Number 34, Noizane Kato! LEVANGA HOKKAIDO starting 5! Number 2, Duan Lamos! Number 5, Kevin Jones! Number 15, Shimatani! Number 22, to lead on the board. Number 30, Tominaga Kasei. LEVANGA HOKKAIDO head coach, Jose Lebo. Go for victory. Go.
There's a look at Coach Thorsten Lovell, the head coach of Levanga Hokkaido. The matchups have been set. We're all ready to go. And there are 3 officials handling proceedings. We have referee Kubo, referee Kaba, and referee Takano. Quickly, let's go to the starting 5s. Levanga Hokkaido's got Ramos, Jones, Shimatani, Okafor, and Tominaga. For the number 1 squad and the visitors, they've got Lee, Brantley, Kumagai, Baba, and Lightfoot. So the battle lines are drawn, and we're all set. Once again, these 2 squads faced each other yesterday, and Hokkaido won that one, which some might call a minor upset. Hokkaido winning by 2, 82-80, and we expect another close encounter right here this afternoon. Good afternoon, thanks for joining us for B.LEAGUE action as we've got the countdown. And there's tip-off. Hokkaido will get first crack. They go to Dwight. Again, they're going to move that ball around. Try to get the defense to work a little bit more. Shimatani on the outside. Back to their import. They'd like to go to their world imports as quickly as possible. But here comes Shimatani inside. Finds Jalil Okafor. 2-0. Almost a turnover. They swing it. Nice spin. Kissing it off the glass, a little bit too strong, but there for the putback. Nice block by Dwight. Shot clock is at 8. Open 3, yes! Nothing but the bottom of the net there for Brantley. And just like that, it's a 1-point lead for Nagasaki at 3-2. Dwight. Thought about stopping for the 3. That's a great pass inside. Jones positioning himself perfectly, and Dwight spotting him. Seesaw battle we have early on. Again, trying to go to one of their world imports, Brantley. That's good defense there. Dwight Ramos holding his ground and holding it perfectly. One-point lead enjoyed by Hokkaido. They got possession. Shimatani once again. Goes inside Jalil. Couple of turns. They repost. Okafor almost lost it. Eventually gets possession. Puts it up for 2. When Okafor gets inside that paint, he's so difficult to stop. He's got an array of moves. Watch it here. You've got to guard the baseline. Lightfoot gave him that baseline, and he paid the price. Okafor looking to complete a 3-point play. It's now a 3-point advantage at 6-3. Make it 7-3. 3 points in the contest. Good start so far offensively here for Hokkaido. Well, if you leave Yudai Baba that wide open, he'll make you pay. It's his first 3-point shot of the contest. 7-6 is our tally. Shimatani will go up to Jalil. Okafor likes his matchup against Lightfoot. Oh, you can't stop him when he gets that close. Taking Lightfoot to school on 2 straight occasions. 9-6. 2.5 minutes gone in the opening period. That's a great pass. Brantley. Intercepted though by Shimatani. No numbers. Looking for a secondary break, but that's an easy basket there for Tominaga. If you give him that much space, he'll know exactly what to do. Now a 5-point advantage at 11-6. Open 3. Dodging a bullet there. From deep, why not? That's his specialty. Lee with his first 3-point bucket. Cuts that lead to 2 at 11-9. Here he is once again trying to attack. Lightfoot stops him in his tracks. Lightfoot's going to pick up his second personal foul. That might send him to the bench. The 6'8" Mitchell is going to get some rest here. That's number 14. Stanley Johnson comes in. Coach Modi Mayor now thinking about what he might have to do in terms of changing up his substitution patterns. Shimatani up against Lee, had to give it up. Dwight Ramos puts up a 3, that's offline. Trying to attack inside, that's too easy for Lee. He's got a lot of height, not to mention great shooting from the outside. People forget he is 6'7". He's quite a bit to handle on both ends. Tominaga. That looked like a real difficult shot, but he almost made it. That's why he's a super scorer. Brantley, that's deep. A little bit too strong. Tominaga clears the board. Gets it to Shimatani. Ren. Nice look inside, but That pass inside, a little too high, hit the rim. Not wanting to challenge early is Johnson. That's a wise move. Baba gets it to Brantley. Brantley, inside, outside, open shot, yes. Tumagay with his first three. Second three here for the squad. Actually, the third three already for the squad of Nagasaki, as they now lead by 3, 14-11. Almost halfway gone already in the first period. That's going to be a foul on Lee. That's Kohei Sikino on your screens right now. Checking in. Also coming in is number 29. That is Max Hisatake. Okafor with the jumper. Short on that one. Good defense from Brantley. Lee goes to Brantley. Nice pass. And they found Yamaguchi there, open for his first bucket. They swing that ball around so quickly. And it's now Nagasaki up by 5. Here's Okafor. They might call him for steps, yes. He shuffled his feet before he put the ball back on the floor. So far, Johnson doing his job of trying to shut down one of the top scorers here in the B-League in Jalil Okafor. Johnson in the backcourt being hounded. Gives it up. Brantley. It's the handoff. Lee. Another handoff. Johnson to Lee. Lee for 3. Swish. And a timeout will now have to be called by Coach Torsten. Things are going south for his squad as the shots starting to fall now for Nagasaki VELCA. Hiroto Kikuchi has been sent into the ball game here by Coach Torsten. See if he can get a little bit more movement. That's a bad pass. Straight into the arms of the defender. Might have been a traveling violation there, but still, getting to the line is Hayato Yamaguchi. Attacking the defense quickly of Kikuchi. Kikuchi realizing That Hiroto just checked in. Didn't get his feet wet yet. But actually, Kikuchi pretty much stood his ground. One of those bang-bang plays. That's going to be a charge, they say. Did they overturn the original call? Jumper, not going to work. There's Max. Well, his job is to get his squad more possessions. Not to mention the fact that he's there to defend against one of the world imports. And the penalty already is Nagasaki, though. Nice basket inside. And Max helping out on the offensive end as well. He is one of those super athletic individuals. I get inside, there's a block. Well, Max making sure there was no three-point play. First personal foul, though, will be called on Ichiba. That's Shuto Ichiba, the 23-year-old. Actually, only the first team foul here for Hokkaido in quarter number 1. They've done a very good job defensively, somewhat in terms of controlling their fouls, but they've given up 19 points, most of them on three-pointers. Jones now all over the place after coming in off the bench here today. Long Tom not going to work. Not the best of shots really for Johnson. The challenge was there. An attack inside. You don't attack Brantley and expect an easy shot. Kikuchi's going to pick up a first personal foul though here. Under 3 minutes to be played in the opening period. Okafor's back. They need his scoring. In one of the stars and fan favorites of Japanese basketball, Koya Kawamata. The 6'8", 27-year-old. Always a part of the All-Star proceedings. Quick move. Yamaguchi, nice spin. That's going to be the second foul of Kikuchi. Yamaguchi now with 4 points. Yamaguchi is a handful as well. He is 6'5". Watch it here. And he's got moves. A little drop step. More than enough to finish. The lead is back to 8. He completes a three-point play. And this is now the biggest lead in the contest at 22-13. Okafor will hold on to this. Will challenge Kawamata. Kawamata's a big boy. Stopping Jalil in his tracks, but there's a foul in the process. Watch it here. Koyamata looked like he was able to really do his job, but slight nudge as he appeals his case to the referees. Dwight Ramos is back. Already 8 points here for Jalil. He's got 8 of the 14. 9 of the 15. Kawamata up high. He can actually hit a three-point shot as well if given the opportunity. But he likes to operate inside. Nice tug. But the ball still stays here. Missed shot. And Hokkaido trying to run. Dwight. Gucci has been very active so far here for the boys in white. There's that move once again. Open three. Dwight Ramos in and out. Uday Baba is back. They don't go to him. They go to the wing. Open three. That was halfway down. Good box out there from Kevin Jones. Still a 7-point advantage as we approach the 1-minute mark. Jalil again. That's good defense from Kawamata. Deep three on the way, yes! Kohei Sekino finding his range. And that was deep. That was from the logo. It's gonna cut the lead down to 4. Final minute. We're gonna go to the wing. There was no challenge whatsoever from Dwight Ramos. And Johnson says, thank you very much. Dwight apologizing there to his team. I wasn't quite sure about the scouting report in that instance. Dwight will lose it. That's a nice pressure in the backcourt put together here by the boys in black and green. Getting that turnover, and Tominaga is back. Only with 2 points so far. But they need his scoring sock. That's why he's there. That's why he's one of the leading local scorers here in the B-League. And there he goes to work. He just entered. Quickly looking for his shot, and he delivers. Cutting the lead down to 5. Final attempt at the basket. Uday Baba just turns around. Will come up short though. Keisei not able to get this one off. 10 minutes done here at the HOKKAIDO. And it's a 5-point lead enjoyed by Nagasaki at 25-20. We're in the second quarter here at the HOKKAIDO. 5-point lead enjoyed. by the #1 squad, Nagasaki VELCA. Actually, Hokkaido needs this game more than VELCA does, because they're trying to squeeze into the playoffs. Baba with the jumper, a little bit too strong. Nagasaki VELCA is safely into the playoffs, but they want the #1 seed. They want to be able to make sure they play at home. Tominaga goes outside. Okafor, open three, yes! That'll definitely help their cause, and so early into this contest, Okafor already in double digits with 12. Nice turn, that's too easy. Johnson with the score, and at the same time, you can't really expect Keisei Tominaga to stop a world-class import. That's import against import. That's great defense, but we're gonna get this one back. Poor pass though. Brantley will be fouled. Actually, that's a good foul by Tominaga. That saved an easy 2 points. That was a very nice scramble. Watch it here. He got to the floor first, got possession of the basketball, but when he made the pass, it was too strong. Tominaga was actually going towards him. We're gonna check on the status of Shuto Ichiba in a bit. And as he gets replaced, free throws coming up for Brantley. So Tominaga says, you've got to earn your 2 points. Made the first. You'll make both nonetheless. Yung Jung Lee is back. Ramos. That's great defense by Lee. Stripping Dwight. Dwight looking at his arm saying there was a lot of arm. But Dwight is not one of those players that will complain. He just goes right back down to business. That looked like a great swipe. 6-point lead enjoyed now by the boys in white. Nagasaki VELCA showing us early why they are the #1 team. Gotta go to the wing. Lee, another three, just short on that one. Lee's one of those players who doesn't really need that much space to launch. Tominaga, deep. That was from the logo once again. Not working. Yamaguchi will pull it out. Boy, they're stacked. Yamaguchi is another fine young player. Three-pointer, just short. Johnson thought he had that. Good line. Looking for a running start. Brantley finishing with the left. And the lead is back to 9. As the opposing coaches will say, this is a team talking about Nagasaki that will wear you down. Tominaga, nice find. Slam. And a basket on one opportunity here for Jalil Okafor with already 14 markers. Attacking once again, Tominaga. Exceptional pass. Hoshikawa will check in. That is Kenshin Hoshikawa. He's going to add some ceiling. He is 6'2". Nice look at Tominaga there. He's going to need to get going. Second personal foul will be called on Yamaguchi. Okafor completes a three-point play. Brantley. Now they need to make their move. Shot clock's winding down. It's at 5. Brantley inside. Extra pass. They force up a shot. And Jones converts. Check that. That's Stanley Johnson. Leads back up to 7. That was a well-run pattern. And they got the shot off in the nick of time. Tominaga. I'll be given a lot of space. He's going to force this one up and come offline. Just a little bit off to the right. Boy, making it look so easy is Johnson. He's got a quiet 9 points. The lead is back to 9. Okafor against Johnson. Okafor getting to his spot, but he'll miss. Look for a quick basket here. The boys in white. Secondary break, and that's a foul. Clearly there. That was a hard play-off foul as Lee hit the deck. Shimatani's back, and Dwight Ramos will pick up foul number 1 there on that hack. Lee will hardly miss from the free throw line. Already with 9 points. Coach Modi Maor is getting excellent numbers from a lot of his players. So far, the only one that has really not contributed has been Mitchell Lightfoot, who picked up 2 quick fouls on Jalil. 10 points now for Lee. And the lead is 11 at 37-26. Okafor got too close. As I said earlier, once he's in the shaded area, give him the 2 points. He now has 17 markers. 17 of the 28 points here of Hokkaido. Deep 3. In and out. The tip. 1 here. That's a quick basket inside. 12 points now for Lee. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Well, it worked that time. Shimatani not going to want a challenge. He is undersized. Ramos inside. Strong lay-in. That's his first bucket. Right, Ramos also with 1 dime so far. We're going to say it's an offensive foul, and we might be seeing Lee heading back to the bench in a bit. Official timeout here. 4:49 remaining in quarter number 2. And showing the way still are the visitors, Nagasaki VELCA. Final 5 minutes of the second quarter. Dwight Ramos almost lost it there. Good defense put up by Uday Baba. Two members of the respective national squads. Dwight Ramos with the Philippines, Uday Baba with Japan. With Okafor. A little bit too strong that time. One of the few misses of Okafor inside, and you can see Nagasaki quickly sending the double. Nice find. Brantley finds Baba. Look at them making the defense move around. And an easy tip in there for Lee. Everybody forgot about boxing out. And the lead is back to 11 for Nagasaki. Gotta silence the crowd here at the HOKKAIDO. Deep three. That's going to be helpful now, as Kikuchi will head to the line for some free throws. Might have been stepping on the line. Looks like they're going to double check. Looks like he had a step on the line. I was watching it in real time. Watch it here, the slow-mo. I think his left toe might have been on. This is a clearer look. Ooh, looks like he is on the line. Kikuchi says, I should have stopped sooner.
Number 29, Max Hisatake.
Max Hisatake is back. Kikuchi makes the first free throw. Another one coming up.
Yes!
Big action. Getting that to drop though. The home squad got the stop that they wanted. Can they score to cut into this lead, which is now 9? They try to go inside. Hisatake gets the... That's a travel. Try to take up 3 defenders. The moment you have 3 defenders, look for an open man. Max will learn. Now Johnson at the 1. Finds Baba. Baba in motion. Will bring it back out. Finds Brantley. You can see they have just so many players that they can count on offensively. Shimatani, that's a travel. That's clearly a travel. And he knew it. Missed opportunity once again there. Well, Hisatake trying to make things happen for his squad. Three minutes and change. They get the handoff to Uday. Uday will overshoot though on that layup. Hisatake another rebound. This is where he thrives, in the open court. Now he's got to give it back out. That's a wise move. Dwight Ramos looking for space. Kisses it through the glass. 4 points now for Dwight Ramos. And here comes the uprising. And just like that, Coach Modi says, we got to sue for time. That's what they do. Time out here for Nagasaki VELCA.
チディフェンスコール皆さんよろしく。
Back to the action here at the Hokkaido Tita Edu. Coach Modi wanted to make sure that they do not lose their lead. Quick passing, Lee for three, just short on that one. Forward pass, Hisatake! That's gonna drop. He was looking for the slam. Hisatake can really run, and he can finish in the fast break, and he wanted to finish in style. It was gonna drop, and the lead cut down to 5. Jones almost lost it. That was Johnson. Hisatake hits the deck. Gets back up against Brantley. That's good defense by Max. Max making things happen for his squad here. Shimatani. No teammates? Ooh, he's gonna challenge. That's not smart. There was nobody else to pass to. Baba passes to Shimatani. And they're running. Trying to get the pass was Jones. They didn't spot him. An offensive foul is going to be called on Max. I don't think he realizes it. He just threw his defender out of the way. Smart, wise play coming from Koi Kumagai. There was definitely a mismatch there. Thorsten said, you should take your time. Yudai Baba will now be replaced. Actually, Hayato Yamaguchi has been a very good replacement all season here for Yudai Baba. Talk about a deep bench. That's a great block. Oh, Lee says it was a goaltending violation. Will they challenge? It's a very close play once again. It's so difficult to tell. And a foul's going to be called on Max. Hokkaido now in the penalty. With a minute and 17 to be played. 15 points already here for Lee. As expected, makes both. He now has a total of 16. Lee is one of the stars of Korean basketball already at such a young age. Chance once again. It's a 4-on-1 break. Easy slam there. Yudai Baba with the slam. He's got 5 points. He has actually picked his spots perfectly. And it's now a 9-point lead once again. And now, Coach Lobil says, let's talk things over.
52.9秒全力応援よろしくお願いします。
Final 52 seconds here. Shimatani gets it to Okafor, who has really carried his squad on his back here in the first two periods, up against Brantley. Now their super scorer. Tominaga almost lost it, does! Tominaga screaming at the referees there. Difference of about 5 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. They're going to take their time. Brantley explodes, goes to the wing. Nice three! Perfectly set up there was Kumagai. He's got 6 points. And they got a foul to give if they want to use it. And they don't need to. Perfect defense there from Johnson. Shutting the door. Keisei, no place to go, as you can see there, complaining still to the referees. It's halftime here at the Hokkaido Edu. And Nagasaki VELCA showing the way, up by 12.
Thank you, ファーストスピリッツレバーハーフタイムスペシャルダンスパフォーマンスでした。ここでファシスタスピリッツからのお知らせです。レバンガ北海道では2026-27シーズンのファシスタスピリッツメンバーオーディションを開催いたします。レバンガ北海道専属チアダンスチームファシスタスピリッツの活動を通じてレバンガ北海道を全力で後押ししてくださる方、ファンブースターの皆様へ明日の頑張りを届けるべく全力を尽くせる方、関わる全ての人の日常に彩りと一歩を踏み出す勇気を届けることができる方、そんな思いを持った新たなシーズンを共に作っていく皆さんのエントリーをお待ちしております。詳細はレバンガ北海道公式ホームページをご覧ください。たくさんのご応募お待ちしております。
道の先にある未来を感謝の気持ちでこれから。
さあここからのお時間は本日のカンプリスポンサーでございます北海道中央バスでは地域の絆を大切に子どもたちの夢を応援しています。本日はキーサップジュニア合唱団にお越しいただきました。それでは皆様よろしくお願いします。さあそれでは改めてご紹介させていただきます。月サップジュニア合唱団の皆様です。それではよろしくお願いします。
一番初めは言ったいつもの社
以上、月サップジュニア合唱団の皆様による合唱をお楽しみいただきました。月サップジュニア合唱団の皆様へ今一度大きな拍手をお願いします。ありがとうございました。さあ、それでは最後に1回公演で実施された本日のカンプリスポンサーでございます北海道中央バス抽選会の当選者を発表させていただきます。それでは皆さん、センタービジョンをご覧ください。 A 賞 B 賞と2つ当選がございます。ぜひモニターでチェックしてください。見事当選された皆様は1回ファンクラブブースまでお越しください。なお、当選者名はファンクラブブースでも掲示いたしますので、そちらもぜひチェックしてみてください。たくさんのご応募ありがとうございました。リソナグループ B リーグ2025-26シーズン北海道中央バスプレゼンツレバンガ北海道対長崎ベルカにご来場いただき誠にありがとうございます。ここで B リーグパートナーをご紹介いたします。リソナグループ B リーグ2025-26シーズン B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグタイトルパートナーリソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロミアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナーズ日本生命 TIS ライブ、 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズモルテン、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、 EY ジャパン、エニタイムフィットネス、ストライク、スポーツデポ、ノックアイス、ふるさとチョイス、モルツ、日清食品、 DNA、 B リーグサプライヤー &SD ホールディングス、 B リーグコミュニケーションパートナー LINE ヤフー、 B リーグスポーツ振興&レフェリーサポーティングパートナースポーツくじウィナー、 B リーググロースパートナー電通。 フルーツジッパーの櫻井優衣さんをはじめ恋愛リアリティショー出演でブレイク中の長濱ひなさん、アーティストとしてイッシュなど超豪華な出演者が勢ぞろい。開催後は毎回 SNS でも大きな話題となる注目のイベントをあなたも会場で見届けてみませんか。チケットは現在好評発売中です。詳しくはアップティーサスコレ 2026SS で検索。
Scoring leaders there on your screens as we get prepared for the second half of this one. Nagasaki VELCA showing the way. They led practically the entire stretch of the first two periods. Only trail at one stage at 3-2. Levanga HOKKAIDO got off to a good start, but they just couldn't sustain it. We saw the leading scorers a while ago. Lee with 16 points, 9 for Johnson, and Brantley with 7. For Levanga, it is a one-man affair, really. Jalil Okafor with 17 points, 4 apiece for Hisatake and Dwight Ramos. Rebounding just about even. 17 for VELCA, 15 for Levanga. In terms of assists, +3 for VELCA, 12-9. Shooting much better from two-point country. Levanga HOKKAIDO, but from 3. Taking charge there, 43% as compared to 28% was VELCA. Let's see what changes Levanga HOKKAIDO can do as we begin the third period. Lee's got to be a marked man, that's for sure. Lightfoot actually played just the first 3 minutes. Picked up 2 kick fouls up against Jalil Okafor and had to sit down. He's going to be starting once again, and he's got the tough assignment of guarding Jalil once again. Second half underway. Tominaga goes to Shimatani. Shimatani can't convert. Nice rebound there by Kumagai. Now in no hurry. They're in complete control of this one. Uday Baba spots up. He's got 8 points. Just like that, it's a 15-point lead at 51-36. Dwight Ramos stops from 17, will come up short. Baba clears, and they're gonna walk it up. Just about. Suddenly, Lee feeling it. Back rims that one. Good line. Easily could have been an 18-point deficit now faced by Levanga HOKKAIDO. Jalil sidesteps. Will overshoot though. The only player in double digits. In fact, the only players that have scored after him are two players with 4 points each. Gonna go inside. Lightfoot kicks it out. Lee. Lightfoot wasn't expecting the pass. He was cutting towards the basket for an offensive rebound. One of the few miscues of VELCA here. Okafor once again. That's going to be a foul on Lightfoot. He looks like he's going to be sent back to the bench. Okafor today has been unstoppable. The problem was, and the problem is, he's got no support. Lightfoot was actually giving him the shot. Lightfoot to the bench. It has been that kind of a day for Mitchell. Well, the question is, for Coach Thorsten, who can come in and score to help out this man on the free throw line, Okafor? Many points now for Jalil. VELCA in no hurry here. He's looking for some weak spots here in that defense. Trying to bring it closer. Stanley. Stanley is going to shoot over Ren every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. Now with 11 markers. Dwight Ramos, little stutter step up against Stanley. Will bring it all the way back out. Settling to a man zone. Is the defense of VELCA. Another steal from Stanley. Duty foul there. Nothing Shimatani could do. That's also a big collision. Stanley was just waiting for that. Jorge Siquino is sent in. Let's see if he can give them a spark. VELCA showing everybody why they're the #1 squad here so far this season. But remember, they did lose yesterday by 2. Brantley tries to explode to the basket, and there's a foul. That was clear. Kevin Jones picks up a personal. Kevin Jones has not also been able to find his groove today. Got lost in the shuffle. Clearly a hack there. First personal foul on Kevin. Gerald Brantley is actually 9th in assists at 4.8 per contest. He's also 4th in steals at 1.8 per game. Kyung-Jung Lee, 9th in scoring at 17.4. And his 3-point field goal percentage is at a clip that is scorching. 48%. Wow. Talk about being a world-class import as an Asian quota reinforcement. Lead is now 16. Could be more here. Chance of defense, but it doesn't work. Lee gets another 2 points. It's going to increase the lead to 18. And they're looking for more. Trying to blow this one away. Nice, easy layup. Ooh, no timeout going to be called here by Coach Lobel. It's now a 20-point bulge Coach Modi asking for even more pressure. They want to run away with this one if they possibly can. Boy, you can see what a competitor Coach Modi is. His squad already up by 20 and was asking for a challenge. It didn't seem like they were going to grant it. And he was going crazy on the sideline. So head coach challenge here. He's looking to go for the kill this early. That's going to be close. That's going to be close. Let's see what the call is. And Coach Modi Mayor is going to win the challenge. Well, he's going for the kill right here. Lee, inside, outside. Wow, that's smooth. Things are rolling here for Nagasaki VELCA. They've opened up a huge lead at 62-39. I'm very surprised there was no early timeout here. But Tominaga will score. That's what you want coming off a timeout. But still, this is such a huge disadvantage already in the third. And they've taken this crowd out of it. Well, the crowd is still trying their very best to spur on their squad. But again, you can just feel the air let out here. Brantley almost lost it. Almost traveled as well. Tominaga, no. But a foul will be called. Fumagai doesn't agree. But let's see. Oh, he got wrist. That was clear. He got wrist. Well, the hand is part of the ball, as they say, but the wrist isn't. Keisei Tominaga is 6th in terms of scoring. Well, we know he's a potent scorer, but today, looks like they've got his number. His scoring average is 19 a contest. And today, he's got 8. Well, he could get to that average, but right now, though, actually heading into the third period, only with 4. Makes both. Gets his total to 9. the lead is still 18. They're going to need more stops. Brantley trying to go inside. That's a nice tip. Missing it though, but Lee wanted to launch. Baba on the wing, but Brantley goes all the way in and misses. Sorry, miss there. They go to the wing. Quick three, yes! And just like that, 12 points in the contest here for Tominaga. And they're coming right back. Wise move by Max, not to attack. They're right back in this one, just down by 15. Another foul called here on Kumagai. Ichiba checking back in after that little scare he had with a possible injury in the first half. Max with a handoff, looking for their super scorer. Now trying to make his move. Up against Baba. Can't score that time. He was still able to get a decent shot off. Koya in. With a sidestepping move. Works. Stanley. Now with 15 points. Talk about getting contributions from just about everyone. See the way Max can just elevate there. Puts it down with so much authority. That's not going to count though. Kevin Jones back. Kevin Jones has really not found his rhythm yet. He's going to need to if they want to come back here. Nagasaki already in the penalty. Deep three, it's gonna drop. What a soft touch there from Tominaga. Now at 15 points, just 4 points away from his average. We talked about the fact that he can just explode at any instance. Lee tries to answer, no. We're gonna go to Jones. Jones trying to go to work. That's a nice swipe from the back. Lee doing his job on both ends. And that's a perfect pass as well. Lee for the putback. Lee doing everything for his squad. Now with 23 markers. Leads back up to 16. Kohei with a handoff. Easy finish for Kevin. Now he's got 4 points. They're going to need more. Lee will give it back out. You like the fact that he's not forcing any shots. Kumagai. Not a good pass. Jones slowing down, taking his time. Was actually hoping for a foul from Kumagai. The lead's down to 12. And now a timeout will be called by Coach Modi.
さあレバンガの侍さん、今年はチャンピオンシップに来るの、ついに来るの、じゃあ思いっきりディフェンスコールよろしく。
A chance of defense. The crowd is right back in this one. And why not? Their squad, after being down by 23, just down by 12. Almost another steal. Yamaguchi not wanting to challenge Kumagai. He'll go to the wing. A 3-second violation is going to be called on Yoya. Kawamata staying in there just a little bit too long. And that negated a 3-point shot that would have counted for them. Another stop here. And Levanga Hokkaido looking to come even closer to his offensive thrust. Foul's going to be called. They're really denying Tominaga any touch of the ball at this stage. In fact, they put Johnson on him. Not too much of a foul there, but nonetheless, it was called. Stanley doesn't agree. That's his first personal.
ファーストファウル、長崎14番スタンリー・ジョンソン、ファーストファウル、チームリーズ。そしてスタンリー・ジョンソン選手にテクニカルファウルもありました。
Oh, and a technical foul is going to be called on Johnson. This is going to mean 3 free throws. And you expect that. Make him take all 3 free throws, sorry. So that's like 1-3 here for Tominaga on these 3 shots from the 15-foot line. One more coming up. Stanley with some choice words there for Tominaga. To cut it to a single-digit disadvantage. 18 points now for Tominaga, just 1 off his average. And still an entire 4th quarter to be played. Some pressure in the backcourt once again. Trying to get a quick basket or a turnover on the other end. Kumagai using the Kawamata pick. Extra pass, Brantley. Stanley looks for his shot. Short. Brantley should have taken that one. He was open. Max gives it up. Kevin for 3. Yes! And the comeback is real. After being down by 23 points in this quarter, they're now just down by 6. Where did they go? Brantley not wanting to take a shot. Kicks it over. Stanley. Stanley looks for a 3. No. Nice rebound. Yamaguchi almost lost it. Max very disappointed they weren't able to collar that rebound. But Max did his job, boxing out Kawamata. Yamaguchi coming from the outside, gets the offensive rebound. 2 free throws now for Hayato Yamaguchi. Just really starting to come into his own. 3rd personal foul going to be called on Max. Ooh, not the best of free throws there from Hayato. And the crowd trying to be as noisy as they can amidst the moos all over. get inside. Sekino, 3-point play in the offing. Check that, that's Ichiba. Yan, Kohei Sekino. There's Kohei Sekino number 1. With the same, essentially, same color of hair. Lee checks on his nose after that big collision. But they're going to work on Lee. Under a minute remaining here in the third. It has been a very eventful third. Talk about a huge run put together here by VELCA as they increased their lead from 12 all the way to 23. And then Hokkaido came up with a run of their own. And now they've cut the lead down to just 4. That's a 19-point swing. Hiroto Kikuchi's back in. Final 50 seconds. Kumagai calling out the play. Who did they go to right now? Everybody suddenly gun shy. Kumagai, Brantley, shot clock winding down. Brantley a little bit too strong. Stanley with the offensive rebound. Talk about getting high up for that one. Got the offensive rebound, but he was tied up. Possession arrow says we're staying on this end. Brantley not a happy man at this stage. A while ago, it looks like they were going to cruise to victory as they were leading by 23. And now they can't seem to buy a basket. 14 seconds. Well, now actually 11. After he got tied up after the defensive rebound. 26 seconds in total remaining in the third. They're going to Stanley now. Stanley, powerful drive. Can't finish on the layup. But Sekino will pick up a personal. 2 free throws now for Johnson. There it is once again. Well, Johnson wanted the 3-point play. Johnson is actually second in scoring at 22.5 a contest. And he's also third in steals at 1.9. You know, when Stanley Johnson plays, he plays at such a crazy pace. And I say crazy because it's not that fast. But he really throws off defenders. And he scores quietly. He's now got 17 points as he closes in on his average. You don't expect him to get rattled, and he clearly makes both. Clean free throws. The lead is up to 5. Check that to 6. Kohei with the layup. Once again. Boy, coming up big here today is Ichiba. After that injury, comes up with a stop. We got a ball game heading into the 4th and final period. Just 4 points separating these squads. But still in the lead is Nagasaki, 69-65.
リソナグループ B リーグ2025-26シーズン北海道中央バスプレゼンツレバンガ北海道対長崎ベルカご来場いただき誠にありがとうございます。さあ本日は 6235名のファンにご来場いただきました。満員御礼、たくさんのご来場ありがとうございます。さあラスト第4クォーターに向けてこの曲でレバンガ北海道全力で後押ししましょう。大きな声をクラップ。さあクラップで盛り上げていきましょう。Let's go! わったわった Let's go! LEVANGA! LEVANGA! さあオフェンスコールからいくぞ。
Not the best of attempts that time to begin the quarter. Still a 4-point lead. But now VELCA with possession. But they know that they're in a dogfight now. They thought they were going to walk away with a victory here. They want to be able to have this revenge after they lost yesterday by 82-80. Falling down. What a shot there. See that again? Boy. What upper body strength there by Stanley. He was close to being on the floor. Watch it. And he still got that up and through. Looking to complete a three-point play up against one of the stronger defenders in Max Hisatake. Hisatake picks up number 4. He's now playing on borrowed time. No problem with the free throw. The lead is now 7. This is very surprising, the runs they put together in that third period. Kikuchi puts up a 3 and hits. Leads down to 4 once again. Just like that, a minute gone in the final period. Stanley will give it up. Let's see if they try to look for him. Yamaguchi will force the issue and score. Yamaguchi is much taller, much more skilled. He's 6'5", and his defender is just at 6 foot flat. Hisatake finds Kikuchi. Quick trigger, no. That ball gets volleyballed around. No look pass. Oh, what a slam there! Oh my goodness. It didn't seem like he had enough elevation, but he knew he did. Let's see that on the replay again. Wow. One of the strongest and biggest statements I've seen here in the B-League. We've got to see that again. Give it to us one more time. What they're gonna say? No basket. That was huge. That would have been a real statement. The referee stopped the play early. Nice rebound once again by Max. He has really done his job. Question is, how long can he be on the floor with those 4 personals? Another 3! Ichiba playing out of his skull here. Brantley trying to put some semblance here. Still up by 5, but not a comfortable lead at this stage after losing a 23-point lead. And here comes Max again on the attack after grabbing that rebound. And why not go to the hot hand in Shuto Ichiba? Here he is once again, floater. Oh, he babied that one, and he knew it. That must be fatigue as well. Kumagai coming back in. Again, chance of defense. They want to get another stop. They need another stop. They're still down by 5. Deep 3. Back rims that one, but it was very close there from Stanley. That's a perfect pass. Max making things happen as Dwight Ramos picks up his 3rd bucket for a total of 6 points now. The lead's down to 3. This is the closest that they've been after being down by 23 huge markers. The pass by Yudai goes awry. Brantley forces it. No. Kisatake tapped it to himself. And come to within 1. Or they can even get the lead with a 3. Dwight Ramos for the tie. Yes! We are deadlocked at 76. Very first tie of the ball game. And a timeout needed to be called here by Nagasaki VELCA. We definitely have a ball game on our hands now. Deadlocked at 76. Possession here with VELCA, the #1 squad in the B-League today. Hokkaido wanting to make it to the playoffs, needing a victory here. They got one yesterday over the #1 squad as Dwight Ramos picks up his 2nd personal there. But the momentum has swung and it's now here totally with Hokkaido. What would be called for that? Tug. You gotta go to their main man. Stanley's gonna lose it though. Here's Maxwell. Well, it looked like he lost it, but it was a tap from the back. Max doing everything for his squad here. Passing, rebounding, defending. He's been a gem. Dwight finds Kikuchi. They go to Jalil. Nice find. Dwight Ramos with a strong finish. Dwight with 5 points here in quarter number 4. Now a 2-point lead. The biggest lead was at 5. Talking about Levanga, that was 11-6. Kumagay goes to Brantley, up against a triple team. That might be a foul on Okafor. Okafor knew it. Got it from the back. Max actually had it handled. But they give the foul to number 12, Shuto. Kevin Jones will check in. Hisatake to the bench amidst a huge applause. And deservedly so. Brantley has been quiet. Most of those points scored in the first half. And he was very active in the first half. I'm quite surprised he slowed down. Ties things up again. This is going to be nip and tuck all the way. Dwight finds Kikuchi. Kikuchi launches. Just short on that one. Shimatani's back. Now they're going to go to their main man, Stanley. They should. Lee's also a good option. They go up high. With Shimatani watching Stanley. That's a mismatch. Stanley can really get up there. Got an official timeout. And with 4:40 remaining, we've got Hokkaido already in the penalty. As expected, Johnson cans the free throw. Now a 3-point lead opened up by Nagasaki VELCA. Final 4.5 minutes of this one. Nagasaki wants to stay at number 1. Hokkaido wanted to get closer. That's going to be a turnover here from Dwight Ramos. Nice help defense there from Lee. Quick double team, the blitz, causing a turnover. Hokkaido wants a victory here, to possibly inch closer to making it to the playoffs. We go to Stanley once again. He's their main man, steps back, puts up a 3, just short. Dwight Ramos was in his face. Tominaga back on the floor, more firepower now for the home squad. Okafor. Tominaga puts up a 3. Kumagai hit the deck. And Tominaga says, thank you very much. Ties things up again at 81. Baba to the wing. Open 3. Oh, that rimmed out. Okafor couldn't save it from going out. But we are still tied at 81. Perfect find there by Baba. And that's a shot that almost always goes down for Stanley Johnson. 3:20 to be played. They get it to Brantley. Hands it off to Lee. Baba will try to create once again. That's an ill-advised pass. Tominaga was there. Tominaga with the attack. Just can't finish. Didn't have enough hang time there. We're going to go inside. That's a smart play once again. Quick seal from Stanley. Nothing Ichiba could do. But the problem is Ichiba and company are in the penalty, so it's 2 free throws automatically now for Stanley Johnson. There are the moves once again, but those moves, I think, will really not bother Stanley. He rattles in the first. 26 huge points put together here by Stanley Johnson as he's trying to lead his squad to a solid number 1 position. Under 3 minutes to be played. One more free throw here for Johnson. Tominaga asking for noise, but it's not gonna bother him. 83-81. Once again, Ichiba. They look for Jalil. He has been quiet. He led them in the first 3 periods. Not good spacing. And a foul will be called. That's only going to be the first team foul for Nagasaki here in the 4th. They were just too tight there. Brantley will be called for the reach-in. First personal foul on Jarrell. Tominaga. He's got the size mismatch here. And he takes advantage. He can easily shoot over Kumagai. Kumagai is only 5'8". Tominaga is 6'2". I'm quite surprised they're not putting a taller defender on Tominaga. Brantley will bring it down. 1 point lead by the home squad entering the final 2 minutes. Baba asking for a pick. Finds Brantley. Brantley explodes. Easy slam. That was a breakdown in the defense there as they were trying to play a zone. 1 point lead. Back here to Nagasaki. Okafor can't find Jones. A 3-second violation is going to be called on Kevin, and that's a good call. He was camping out there a little bit too long. Was asking for the pass, didn't get it. Didn't go back out. Thorsten doesn't agree, but it's a good call. Chance for Nagasaki to increase their lead here. This is a payback game for the boys in white. Short there from Baba. Well, look, LEVANGA HOKKAIDO saying we're going to get back-to-back victories here. Jalil Okafor! That will roll in. 22 points for Jalil and a 1-point lead enjoyed by Hokkaido entering the final minute and 10 seconds. Stanley. Foul's going to be called. 2 more free throws here for Stanley Johnson, a 29-year-old from the United States. Johnson is smooth. And he can hit free throws as well. 1 to tie, 2 for the lead. Oh, that's going to be his first miss. What a time for that to happen. He was perfect till that miss. Definitely fatigue had to have been a factor there. He gets the tie though. 4th deadlock at 86 and all 4 ties here in the final canto. Jalil up against Brantley. There's a steal. Stanley taking his time, gives it up. Easy pass there. Lee could have taken that shot. Finds the open man. They get the assist and the bucket. And it's now a bigger lead here for Nagasaki VELCA. .9 seconds remaining. We're going to inbound here from the front court. 14 seconds in the shot clock. Long 2. Maybe not the best of shots. That was a quick hoist. They were looking for 2 for 1 there. 2-point lead being protected now by Nagasaki VELCA. Oh, they're going to go for a foul. I don't think that's the wise decision. Not to mention the fact that you're going to send Stanley to the line to make it a 4-point lead. And even Tominaga couldn't agree. That was just a 2-point lead. And it looks like Thorsten now is looking at his bench and saying, that was my bad. I thought we were down by a bigger margin. But a split again. Possible split. Opens the door for a 3-point shot. That split will make it a 3-point lead, but a timeout again will be called by Thorsten Lobel as he looks to come up with a 3-point shot here when we come back. Will they go for the 3 or a quick 2? More than enough time. Especially if Nagasaki VELCA will be splitting their free throws. That's a good foul. That's not in the act of shooting. And they actually still have 2 more fouls to give. And now, they're down to 16 seconds. Now they're going to need a 3. Definitely going to need a 3 here. That was played so well defensively. And it's Stanley here, trying to shut down Tominaga. They still get it to him. Tominaga picked up his dribble though. Foul's going to be called on Stanley there. Still a good foul. Time down to 13.1. That's the 3rd personal for Stanley. Sticking to Tominaga like glue. Tominaga hits the deck. They get it into Dwight. Dwight puts up a 3. Bang! Dwight Ramos ties things up with his 2nd 3-point shot here in the 4th quarter. And the crowd is going nuts. Why not? We got a tied ball game. And still, Hokkaido with a chance for back-to-back victories here this weekend. Timeout going to be called by Coach Modi. The table is set. 9.6 seconds remaining in this one. Deadlocked at 89. Our fifth tie of the contest. But at 9.6, more than enough time, and they might just go to Stanley once again. He's going to go for the final shot here. They go to Brantley. Brantley inside. That rims out, but a foul's going to be called on Jalil with exactly a second remaining. That was misdirection there. Everybody thought Stanley was going to attack, but he gave it up to Brantley. And Jarrell now on the line. All he needs to do is make at least one. Talk about pressure-packed free throws. Is there going to be a review here? I think they're going to check about the time on the clock. Coach Modi there, not even trying to talk to Brantley. Knows that Brantley's going to make at least one of two. Tominaga is asking for a coach's challenge. It's going to be granted, and the head coach challenge, we'll see. Is this a challenge on the foul, or is this a challenge to make sure that there's less time on the clock? Well, actually, they need more time on the clock. So they're going to add time. At least they got what they wanted. They're going to have one more second. First free throw. This is critical. And it rims out. Jarrell feeling the pressure. The second to give them the 1-point lead. He makes it. 2 seconds. Time for a heave here. There's a steal. Boy, that was dangerous. That was dangerous to throw it back. We should have held on to that one. Tominaga had a chance. It didn't drop. And it's a 1-point victory here for Nagasaki VELCA. They make amends after losing yesterday 82-80. Winning this one by 1. By the skin of their teeth. As they win 90-89. Nagasaki VELCA will improve to 41-11 as Levanga Hokkaido drops to 32-20. That's going to hurt their chances of making it to the playoffs. Well, they've got next week to continue to battle. Still 8 more games for these two squads before the regular season comes to a close. There's the quarter scoring. Big third quarter for Hokkaido. Propelled them to make this a game. But unfortunately for the hometown fans, their squad just ran out of time. Stick around as we're going to hear from Coach Modi Mayor and possibly Hyun Jung Lee. Actually, Stanley Johnson, also one of the leading scorers for his squad. Jarrell Brantley hit the marginal free throw. And Uday Baba with his all-around game. Interviews coming up in a bit.
ゼンターは北海道中央町株式会社執行役員観光事業推進本部長坂山誠様です。坂山様ありがとうございました。そして本日の北海道中央バスケ賞はナンバープレイブ内村修斗選手でした。おめでとうございました。続きまして6回戦の大会代表です。本日のこのファイヤーを獲得したのは36,177ファイヤーカップ長崎富永啓生選手です。
はい、ヘッドコーチ、今日の勝利で、チャンピオンシップ進出が決まりました。
ありがとうございます。That's good news.
どのような、意識を持ってこの試合に臨んだんでしょうか。
We've been playing lately like we have something to lose.
正直最近なんかどうしてもなんか負けをどうしてもなんかその負けるようなその気持ちがよぎってしまっている中でプレーをしがちだったので非常に最近。
And we wanted to let that go and play together, play connected, play our way. I think we did for 3 quarters, and then we lost it a little bit and showed an incredible character at the end.
なので今日試合前にですねしっかりとそういう気持ちは一回しっかり忘れてしっかり自分たちさっていうのを取り戻してしっかりプレーしようっていう話をずっとしていてで、今日は最初の3クォーターぐらいまでは非常に良かったんですけどもで一回向こうに流れが来てしまったんですけど最終的にしっかりもう一回自分たち取り戻せたのに非常にそこは良かったかなと思っています。
今日の、一戦で、チャンピオンシップ進出が決まってあとはホームコートアドバンテージを取るために地区優勝が、目標となってくると思うんですけど、それを達成するためのポイントはありますでしょうか。
This is a great test from us, from carrying this kind of pressure. We need to not let it affect how we play. We just need to be ourselves.
そうです本当に自分たちはまず自分たちのことをしっかり集中しなきゃいけないかなと思っていてっていうのもやっぱりそういろんなプレッシャーだったり、いろんな圧っていうのがかかってくるとは思うんですけどもその中でもしっかり自分たちらしさをしっかり持ってくるのが非常に大事になってくるのかなと思っています。
ファンの皆さんに一言お願いします。
We miss you.
本当に皆さんとまたお会いできることを楽しみにしています。以上です。
はい、お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ。
さあチャンピオンシップを目指すレバンガ北海道選手に大きな声援の拍手を。
昨日の負けからどのような部分を修正して今日臨んだんでしょうか。
I mean, me personally, I just felt like I was very not focused. I think sometimes like the game has a way of humbling you that way, and just I think it starts with like my attitude and the way I approached the game. I thought yesterday I was kind of not good. So today, obviously, we had a coaches meeting, and I talked to a coach yesterday, and we had a meeting with our players today, and just really thinking about how grateful I am to be around these guys every day, how grateful I am for the organization, and just trying to play with that gratitude, even when things aren't going my way, showing respect for how much respect I've been shown since I've been here. So that's what I was focused on today.
そうですね、本当、昨日の試合に関しては、まず集中力のところがあまり集中してなかったっていうのが一つと、もう一つに関しては、そのゲームの入りっていうのも非常に個人的にも、チームでもそうなんですけど、特に個人的に非常に悪かったので、そこをしっかり直していこうというふうに自分は捉えていて、であと今日に関しては、今日の朝、チームミーティング、選手ミーティングとチームミーティングを両方行ってですね、で本当にそこで改めて思ったのは、本当に自分はこのチームにでプレーできて恵まれているなと思いましたし、本当にこういうチームメイトだったり、本当にこのチームのためにもっと自分は頑張っていきたいなと改めて思わせてくれた今日ミーティングだったので、そこをしっかり今日は修正して、非常にそこが良かったかなと思っています。
残り8試合、ホームコートアドバンテージを取るための戦いになると思います。意気込みを教えてください。
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, one of our goals this year was to make the playoffs. Right now, I think we just got to listen to our coaches, man. We got to get back home and get some rest and just re-lock in on some of the things that we're doing well, especially earlier in the season. I think we have a couple of great tests toward the end of the season, and it's a beautiful thing. Like we're hitting goals that we started with, and we have a long way to go to see what we want.
そうですね、自分たちの一つのゴールでもあったプレーオフにしっかり行くっていうことはまず達成できたので、非常にそこは嬉しいんですけども、ここからもう一度チーム一丸となって、特に今重要になってくるのはコーチの話をしっかり聞く、コーチの言ったことをしっかり遂行できるようにするということが非常に大事だと、特に思っていて、やっぱりそれがスポーツだったりバスケットの美しさでもあると思うので、しっかりそこを遂行してしっかり一つ一つ勝っていって、非常にそこからまた自分たちがいい状態で臨んでいけたらいいかなと思っています。
ファンの皆さんに一言お願いします。
Man, thank you for your support all season. It's been awesome, and we have a long way to go still in the season. But we can't wait to get home next week and play in front of you guys. And thank you for your support as always.
皆さん本当にたくさんのサポートいつも本当にありがとうございます。ただまだシーズンはまだまだここから長いですし、でまた今週末水曜日、まだホームゲームなので、また皆さんとお会いできることを楽しみにしています。
お疲れ様でした。
enjoy a lot of the highlights here. Max Hisatake was able to come up with fantastic plays here and there, but unfortunately for them, it's not going to be enough. Coming up with a slam of his own, Yudai Baba. Talk about a really tight contest. It didn't look like it in the third. Tremendous performance also for Hayato Yamaguchi. First quarter ended in favor of VELCA. They were up by 25-20. At the half, they increased their lead to 12 as they led 48-36. Baba doing it all for his squad, finding the open man. And of course, Hyung Jung Lee, the South Korean hotshot, puncturing the hoop. In the third quarter, that is where he heated up. Talking about Keisei Tominaga. He put multiple defenders on him and still was able to score. Here Jones inside delivers. Jones came alive as well in the third period. Puts up a three of his own and hits. And after being down by 23 huge markers, that was 62-39, they were able to come back. And at the end of 3 quarters, it was just a 4-point lead enjoyed by VELCA at 69-65. And then in the fourth quarter, we had 5 deadlocks. The first at 76, the last at 89. Dwight Ramos came in off the bench. He had a brief rest. Hit that shot there, and the three. That was his first of 2 threes in the final quarter. That would tie things up. Jalil has to go inside. A strong finish once again by Dwight Ramos. Thorsten happy with what he sees. And then going to work inside. Their main man today, Stanley Johnson. One of the league's leading scorers. Coming up huge once again today. Johnson is second in terms of overall scoring at 22.5. And today, Johnson would finish with 29. Brantley with a big slam there. And he will also hit the marginal free throw. What a great affair that we had witnessed here this afternoon. That was a big steal. And they'd convert on the other end. Baba with an easy layup off the pass from Lee. Well, they came up with the big plays when they needed to. Here's another three. This time from Dwight Ramos. That was in the final seconds to tie things up at 86. And here's the marginal free throw we're talking about. That made it 90-89. There's a dangerous pass from Baba. That could have won it. But coming away with a victory here and avenging their loss yesterday was Nagasaki VELCA. As we take a look at the numbers of today's matchup. Shooting just about the same from 2-point distance. Levanga Hokkaido actually shot better from 3, 54% as compared to 34%. They made more threes, 12 as compared to 9, but just too many free throws. Getting into early foul trouble really did them in. Not to mention the fact that they had a lot of live turnovers and 17 turnovers in total. 24 and 17 when you take a look at those numbers. Those are the points off turnovers, and you see just how big it was. Other numbers you don't see on the screens: rebounding, VELCA out-rebounding HOKKAIDO 33-26. Scoring leaders, 24 points for Tominaga, 22 for Okafor, and 14 for Dwight Ramos. For the winning squad, the visiting team, 29 points from Johnson. Lee would finish with 23 and 14 points, including that free throw that gave them the 90-89 win. 14 points for Brantley. In terms of rebounds, 9 for Hisatake, 9 for Johnson. And in terms of assists, Hisatake would have 4 dimes, 6 for Kumagai. They're the rebounding leaders. We talked about the 9 for Hisatake, 6 for Jones, and 4 for Tominaga. 6 for Johnson. Check that, 9 for Johnson, 6 for Lee, and 5 for Yuday Baba. Surprisingly, Max Hisatake with 4 assists. Actually, 3 players with 4 assists each in Hisatake, Shimatani, and Tominaga. There you have it. And Kumagai would lead his squad in assists, together with Yuday Baba with 6 each, and Gerald Brantley would also finish with 4. We might show you the head-to-head matchup that we've begun with at the start of the coverage. No, we're not going to show you that. That's going to end our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us once again. Till next week, take care. Have a great week ahead, everybody. Thanks for joining us for B-League Action. God bless.